Hey class, how's it going? It's Nico, and here is your lecture for the week for self-branding through social media. Okay, so last week we covered the blog, and I completely forgot to post the assignment. So the assignment is posted this week. It's basically just going to be send me your website so that I can click on it and kind of see the progression that you've made so far. We're going to, starting next week, we are going to be using the blog a lot more. There's a ton of opportunity in using your blog to differentiate yourself as a thought leader, for lack of a better term. I'll go ahead and use that. Yeah, thought leader. For a thought leader in the particular industry that you're interested in getting into, for the goals that you have in the future. If you want to go into social media marketing, you should absolutely be blogging about social media marketing right now. The fact of the matter is you are a student and you do have this opportunity. You do have a little bit of free time right now, whether you'd like to think so or not. You do have some free time right now, and you can take the things that you're learning in classes. I mean, hell, blog about this class, you know, for all that you want. You start a blog that just rants on how all of these techniques are passé, and I can't believe what Nico's teaching me. Whatever, you know. The fact is, when you blog, you are putting things under your name that are giving you instances that can be found in search. That's the SEO level of the blog. So when you are blogging, it's and you're speaking about, this is my opinion of Hootsuite. I can't believe that they are canceling Google Reader, or I think that Vine is completely useless. If you're writing blogs like this, then all of a sudden all of these search terms that you've been that are directly related to what you want to do in the future are now all over your blog. And you can be found by people searching for these particular things. And additionally, when people are searching for you, you are giving them a platform to see your interest level in what exactly you are applying for, as well as your current knowledge base, the fact that that you are a student, but you are taking initiative and you are going after something like this. You're willing to put yourself out there as far as just the different opinions and different approaches that you're experiencing right now. There's a tremendous amount of value in putting yourself and putting your thoughts in a space that can be found by people who are searching for you. It completely validates everything that you're doing. So that's the reason for the blog. So one of the assignments, we're going to post the blog so that we can all click on each other, and then hopefully everybody will check out everybody else's blogs and help you out a little bit with some traffic, as well as getting to know each other. I know this class is self-branding, but what you guys need to realize is that the network that you are in right now is the most important network, that next to your family, this is the most important network of your life right now. You are in college, you are in undergrad, even if you are a returning student. This is an incredibly powerful network full of people that you are going to be associated with from now on. And you should really get to know your classmates. Checking out each other's blogs is a fantastic way to get to know each other. So, networking. Talking about networking. I feel like that was about a 4-minute rant on just the fact that I forgot to assign a assignment. Networking. This is the first book that we read, the Startup of You, does a phenomenal job of presenting different ways to network, and obviously it's all wrapped up, a lot of it's wrapped up in LinkedIn and just how to utilize LinkedIn and that sort of things. But there are some very cool things that it talks about as far as networking goes. So this week, I would like you to get a little bit more acquainted with the network that you already have in place, and do a little bit of pushing to try to expand that network into the particular field that you're interested in. So obviously we've all chatted, we all have different directions that we're trying to move into, but here is your opportunity. Here is when you are going to be tasked to look at your network, solidify your network, and reach out and kind of expand it out. So one of the first things that I would like you to do is to kind of take a step back and think about who are the people that are in your network right now that are a couple of rungs ahead of you in whatever field it is you are trying to get to. So it doesn't necessarily have to be I currently work at a digital marketing agency and I am a digital strategist, but I would like to be a digital manager. It doesn't have to be that black and white, but just kind of, ballpark that type of thing. I'm thinking about starting up a music blog, and you have a friend who's had a music blog for a year and is kind of going well. It's those type of people. It's who are those that are just a little bit ahead of where you are going. Think about these type of folks. Kind of look at what they've been doing. Kind of examine their career path, and then I would like you to reach out to them. I'm not saying that you need to. When I say reach out to them, what I mean is I would like you to engage them in a conversation. And it's not, hey, can I have some advice? It's literally, I would like you to take a look at what they're putting out there and engage in a conversation. So if they tweet something about, if they tweet something about how their NCAA bracket is ruined because of Florida Gulf Coast, strike up a conversation. Just go have a back and forth about just basically this is your opportunity to get them on for you to get on their radar. This is pretty simple. Ideally, this would be somebody that you trust. This is somebody whose opinion you value, and you would like to create a little bit more solid of a relationship with than you currently have. I would like you to pinpoint this person. I'll make this an assignment. Pinpoint this person. Tell me why you would like to establish a little bit more of a relationship, and then you have from now until Sunday to do whatever you need to do to get some sort of a feedback out of it. Obviously, if you're aiming for the moon, I can't penalize you if Steven Spielberg doesn't tweet back to you. However, this should be somebody that you already know, that you can have a conversation with, that you can strike up, and but they are a couple of rungs ahead of you on the ladder, if you will. And just kind of get on their radar, say hi. Maybe it's somebody that you've maybe it's somebody that you used to work with. Maybe it's somebody you currently work with. Maybe it's a boss who's literally a couple of rungs ahead of you on a ladder. Maybe it's a writer, a local writer that you admire in dealing with a topic that you're interested in. The thing is, this is the type of thing that hopefully you'll be used to doing by the end of the semester. It's proactively seeking to propel your network. The other thing that I would like you to do is I would like you to think about just think about two, 3 issues that are just kind of on your mind in your particular field. Things that we'll go back to social media. If you are one of the issues that you may be thinking about is, what in the world am I going to do now that they've gotten rid of Google Reader? And I think it's freaking hysterical that they got rid of Google Reader right after we did the listening station. So they're getting rid of Google Reader at the beginning of July, June, one of the two, whatever. So if this is a space that you're in, maybe you're thinking about, what in the world am I going to do about Google Reader? Just have these things in the back of your mind in case you do end up in a conversation with somebody. You can pull them out, and if you end up in a back and forth, you can say, hey, by the way, have you found a replacement for Google Reader? Because I'm kind of looking for one, and something along those lines. If you're a sports writer and you're talking about, well, I don't know, what do you think about the new Brendan Morrow trade? Do you think that was a good idea? Do you think he was going to leave in the off season? What are some very simple topics that you can come up with, that you are currently thinking about, that you do have an opinion about right now, that you can pull out at any time, and it will validate you as somebody who is very much in the circle, that is that you have these things in your back pocket, and you can raise them at any point in any conversation with people that are in your same industry, that you're trying to let them know that you know what you're talking about. This is a good general rule just to have. If you find yourself in a situation, having the ability to talk, to engage somebody in a conversation about something that is in their particular field, it's incredibly valuable. Incredibly valuable. So that's one of the that will help you with the assignment of finding somebody in your network and helping to solidify that relationship. The other thing that I want you to do is I would like you to introduce two people that don't know each other, but that you feel should. One of the fastest ways, if you would like a real quick tip as far as greatly expanding your network, if you know two connectors, the types of people that know everybody, if you know two of them and they don't happen to know each other, and you introduce them, and all of a sudden they look at their networks and everything is, they have so many overlaps and they can't believe that they don't know each other, and these people that seemingly know everybody somehow manage to not know this other person who seemingly knows everybody. If you are the one to make that bond, all of a sudden their entire relationship, which is going to explode because they're those type of people, is entirely based on you. So, with that in mind, when you've got the ability to introduce people just because, hey, you're kind of in this, you're a really good auto mechanic, and and you have a fascination with old cars. You just bought a really old Chevy, and I just thought you guys should know each other and just strike up a conversation. It's literally as simple as that. It's it's introducing your hairdresser to your cousin who's a hairdresser. It's is your little sister thinking about being a writer, and do you happen to know a writer at the Dallas Observer? It's literally that simple. Introduce people who can potentially benefit each other, and just see what happens. I'm going to make that an assignment as well. It'll be sort of, give me a little blurb on the two people that you introduced, and tell me what the through line was for the introduction. When you start introducing people and you start becoming of value to somebody's life, then you are raised in their eyes as somebody who they need to know, who they need to interact with. You are constantly on their radar. Those two people, if they end up having a business relationship or whatever, they're always going to remember that it was you that introduced the two of them, and it's all going to kind of come back to that, and you are going to be the reason that relationship is successful. And that's an incredibly powerful position to be in. The more connections that you can make on behalf of others, the stronger your network will actually be. So that's the other thing that we're going to do this week. This week is all about networking. It is all about networking. So I know this is self-branding through social media. One of the most important things for your brand is to know exactly how to run it through your network. So we've been working on solidifying what we feel our brand is and what is important as the entity that we are moving forward. Now it's time to solidify that and move it out into the world and network with people. So that's kind of what's going on. If you have any questions, shoot me an email.